Well, welcome back to Sacred Heart College in Auckland for the Chris Hayward Invitational. It is the gold medal match between the national defending champions, Diocesan, taking on Mount Maunganui, and what should be an intriguing contest. If you have just joined us, I can tell you that St Cuths have narrowly beaten Rangitoto College for the bronze medal, which was played moments earlier. Shortly, Kurt Goldsworthy, the high-performance manager for New Zealand Water Polo, will join us in commentary. But what an intriguing competition, what an intriguing tournament this has been, put together relatively quickly due to COVID-19. The top 10 schools who finished in the top 10 at last year's Nationals were invited. Most of the schools took up those invitations. So this is the cream of the crop when it comes to New Zealand secondary schools water polo in this country. Good crowd in too. And again, the players getting set for arguably the biggest game of their lives up to this point in their water polo careers. A mix of year 13 through to year 9 students across both teams, and it is Dio in the white cap on the left hand side of the screen, Mount Maunganui in the blue cap. We'll have 4 quarters of 6 minutes each. At the end of it, we will crown our tournament champions.
Some quality athletes in this game.
Kurt Goldsworthy sitting alongside of me, high performance manager for New Zealand Water Polo. Well, a big one that stands out, Morgan McDowell, wearing the number 6 for Diocesan.
Absolutely, played last year at the World Championships. In the top 20 goal scorers in the world at that event. She is a very, very strong offensively.
Father, of course, Steve McDowell, one of the great All Blacks, part of the 87 Rugby World Cup winning team, alongside of John Drake and Sean Fitzpatrick. What a player he was. And if Morgan McDowell brings that level of physicality to the table, Mount Maunganui are going to have a job on their hands trying to contain her.
She normally does.
And so, defensively, knowing the reputation of Morgan McDowell, Mount Maunganui, what are you expecting? Are we going to just see man-on-man defence here?
It will be man-on-man. However, the athlete that's next door to her, defending, must be aware of what's going on, must step back, must help. But if too many athletes go straight to Morgan McDowell, then Sophie Shorter-Robinson, who played last year at the World Junior Championships in Funchal, Portugal, she'll get her opportunities. This Dio team is deep and strong. They're very well drilled. They're a very strong side.
Coached by Angie Winstanley, Dio. And of course, coach of the women's national team out of the UK originally, Angie. So they've certainly got pedigree too. And when you are multiple national champions, of course, that just breeds success, doesn't it? Becomes a team that everybody wants to get into. So you find yourself in those first years at your high school wanting to play water polo. You get that critical mass, you get competition for places, and it ends up becoming a little bit of a dynasty. So Dio probably head into this final as favourites, but Mount Maunganui, it is a region very much on the rise when it comes to water polo.
It is indeed. These two have already met in this tournament. They're both in Pool A, and on that day, Dio came out the victors.
I don't think we can read too much into that, though, can we? Because we've talked about it earlier, didn't we, Kurt, that COVID-19, look, this is the first real tournament for a long time, and very rusty, a lot of these schools. So what we've seen, say, through pool play on Tuesday morning to what we're seeing now Thursday afternoon, it is a completely different game. These schools have got their understanding, got their communication going. They've sort of shaken off some of the rustiness. And what we sort of would normally expect, we are now seeing as we get into the final of this tournament.
Yeah, they're certainly more cohesive than what they were at the start, that's without a doubt.
So 30-second shot clock, 4 periods of 6 minutes. Both teams well drilled. They would have fairly well established warm-up protocols now. Teams are trying to get their nervous systems up, trying to get them in the right frame of mind. So Not too far away from a start.
Yeah, a couple of minutes. We've got
Mount Maunganui, wearing the number 1 will be Ashley Keach. Number 2, Lana Beck. Number 3, Ellie Smith. Number 4, Charlotte Nabi. 5, Lucy Mano. 6 will be Nicole McLaren. 7, Maddie Colpin. 8, Ashley Lamoto. Number 9, Chantel West. Number 10, Ella Rutan. Number 11, Haiti Fraser. Number 12, Molly Shivnan. Number 13, Renee Burcraft. And number 14, Greer Anderson. That is the Mount Maunganui girls lineup. And for Diocesan, number 1 will be Sophie Gardner. 2, Isabel Jackson. 3, Lauren Batchelor. 4, Madeline Galt. 5, Millie Quinn. 6, Morgan McDowell. 7, Olivia Clark. 8, Abby Ellison. 9, Sophie Shorter Robinson. 10, Laura Whitley. 11, Georgia Daly. And 12, Isabella Broadmoor.
referees for this match, Ben Gardner and Corbin Hall.
So I just want to acknowledge the partners too of Water Polo New Zealand, Delphina Sport, 2 times you, Sky Next, Digital Masters, Cap 7, the ball sponsor. And it is Diocesan, the defending national champions, who will be playing from left to right. Big question is, can Mount Maunganui shut down Morgan McDowell? They say that a squad wins a championship. Individuals can win games. When it comes to the final, sometimes you lean heavily on your individuals. Particularly at secondary school level, where you can get a real contrast in terms of depth, size. Now, Diocesan, Abby Ellison, wearing the number 8 cap. Number 4 there is Madeline Galt. In the distance, Isabel Jackson. And we are underway, the final of the Chris Hayward Invitational Secondary School Girls Tournament.
Molly Shinnon wins the swim-off from Mount Maunganui.
Immediately you just see a lot more pace to this game immediately than what we saw in that 3rd and 4th playoff.
Immediately, good exclusion.
Great water polo from both teams. Mount Maunganui not just prepared to play with a lot of speed, bringing some physicality to it too. Good handling skills early from Mount Maunganui. Well, if these first 20 seconds are anything to say, we are in for one contest. Good defence, though, coming from Diocesan. The first shot from Mount Maunganui, not successful. And so, Dio through Millie Quinn.
Yeah, excellent start by Mount Maunganui. Sophie Shorter Robinson at centre forward.
Isabel Jackson wearing number 2, back to Quinn. Now they bring in Isabella Broadmoor. Shot coming, no, opportunity, just the little feint. Now surely they do. In fact, referees say no, didn't cross the line, so just hits the underside of the crossbar.
Both teams will play this fast.
And aggressive by the looks of it too. I don't think there'll be a lot of love lost under the water here.
Definitely not.
Between both sides. Got to be careful. Discipline, so important.
Offensive foul. And now Millie Quinn did not play the ball correctly.
Well, that is just fundamentals that'll frustrate a coach early on. You can't really blame fatigue at this point in the game.
No. Big, strong press defence. Good work by the centre forward, Mount Maunganui.
Good defence, though, coming from Diocesan through Madeline Galt, wearing the number 4 cap. And Millie Quinn to get play back underway for Dio. Keep an eye on Morgan McDowell wearing the number 6 cap.
Just gone into centre forward.
Gone right up front. forward. You talk about man-on-man defence. Lucy Mano all over McDowell.
Post up on this side by Sophie Shorter-Robinson. They'll probably hit back this side. They do. Oh, good intercept.
Good. So brilliant play from Lucy Mano. We talked about the man-on-man defence she is showing. Morgan McDowell.
Oh, and she's working Morgan down the pool. She's done a great job, has Lucy.
Well, they realise where the strength lies in this Dio team. That's where Dio also have to be careful. So if McDowell is taken out and they rely so heavily on her, do they have a plan B? Do they have a strategy that they can go to, knowing that is probably going to be a tactic by the opposition?
They're strong everywhere, Dio. They've got Sophie Shorter-Robinson, another excellent centre forward. Ball into Morgan McDowell.
Now
Exclusion.
McDowell. Chance here. Patience from Dio. Through Isabella Broadmoor, wearing the number 12 cap. Broadmoor goes deep down the right-hand side of the pool. Now they bring it back into the middle, looking to just try and switch play. Good opportunity. Shot clock running down, though, and the shot comes!
Madeline Galt, great shot from the outside.
Madeline Galt gives Diocesan a 1-0-0 lead.
Just stopping the game to put Morgan McDowell's cap back on.
Patient, weren't they?
Yes, they worked it very well. Rotated to the right. Giving both Madeline Galt and Millie Quinn the opportunity to take the shot late.
You'd expect to. Sam Mano, the coach, he'll be getting a pretty good look here at how Dio are setting themselves up offensively. They would have come in with a defensive plan. Of course, they are always a work in progress.
Absolutely.
And great opportunity. Nice little backhanded little flick shot coming from Mount Maunganui.
Yeah, good backhand from Al Smith. She's just sitting too far from the goal.
So Millie Quinn.
Morgan McDowell at centre forward.
Just lays that off nicely to Sophie Shorter-Robinson. Jackson now for Dio.
Ball into Morgan McDowell.
McDowell, too good. That is the class of McDowell. You just open the door just a fraction and she'll go straight through it. 2-0 now. Mount Maunganui. They need to believe.
Yeah, they need to stop the goal so that they can play their up-paced game, so they get the opportunities to counter-attack. If they're not, defense is not strong enough, they're not going to get the chances to counter-attack.
Good defense from Dio. Number 6 for Diocesan, Morgan McDowell. So again, showing her defensive abilities too. Happy just to slow things down. Mount Maunganui though.
Good entry
Retain
pass.
Position. Yeah, good entry pass. Great little backhand flick. Brilliant from Mount Maunganui.
Yeah.
Wow. Al Smith. How good was that?
That was excellent. She
Great entry pass. Great shot.
Tried the first time, didn't quite get it right. Aced it the second time.
Well, Dio, just sensed there for a moment. Just lost a little bit of concentration perhaps. Well, they'll bring the ball forward through Jackson.
Such good skills, the Dio girls.
Jackson to Galt. 2 and 3 combination. Galt again. Goes back to Jackson. This is good play. Great little lob shot. Not effective though. No. Just not quite enough depth on that shot.
She didn't have a good angle.
The idea was right. The execution just coming up slightly short. And so Ashley Keach, goalkeeper for Mount Maunganui.
Oh, nice front water drive.
Chance here for Mount Maunganui. Oh, great piece of play. Mount Maunganui in control. The shot will come. The exclusion, is it?
Sophie Shorter-Robinson excluded. Good work there.
Now a chance for Mount Maunganui to tie it all up.
By Ashley Lamoto.
Somewhat wayward pass. Now the pressure goes back on Mount Maunganui.
Morgan McDowell showing her leg, how strong her legs are there.
So Ashley Lamoto gets play back underway. Finds Chantel West. West. Shot clock running down. They need to use it.
Good block, Sophie Gardner.
So Sophie Gardner, goalkeeper for Dio, getting across and shutting the angle down. Minute remains in this first quarter.
Good entry pass. Nice work.
Off the crossbar.
Good work by Isabel Jackson at centre forward.
Mount Maunganui, they won't be panicking at the moment. Happy just to slow it down. Ashley Keach. 20 seconds on the clock.
Morgan McDowell with a steal.
McDowell, and you've got a sense that this is not going to be particularly pretty here for Mount Maunganui. She's just too good, too classy. And look at that. That is the pure genius of Morgan McDowell.
You must be strong on your legs when you're with ball.
When you're at secondary school and you're amongst the top 20 shooters in the world, and it's one-on-one, you're always going to put your money on McDowell. So 3-1, Dio leading.
And a little bit lazy there by Mount Maunganui.
Good defence coming from Laura Whitley.
Oh, nice work on the post.
Man-on-man marking Mount Maunganui. Can they try and salvage something here? Try and just close that gap up. This is good play once again. Great defence coming from Olivia Clark for Diocesan. And that will
in the first quarter.
In the first quarter, and it is Diocesan leading 3-1. Kurt, with your high performance hat on, what will be the message coming from Sam Mano, the coach of Mount Maunganui?
Oh, I think they've just got to play a zone as much as they can. If Sophie Shorter-Robinson or Morgan McDowell's at centre forward, we saw how good Morgan was when she did get there and she got quality ball. She had no problems. They're going to have to give up some shots from the outside. And the downfall with that is for them to generate their counter-attack, which is one of their strengths.
We saw Morgan McDowell too, very good on defence. And you sort of just seen, starting from Ashley Keach in goal, they've got to just try and take her out of the game. They just cannot include her in this competition, include her in this game. She is X-factor, she is quality.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But Al Smith's goal down this end for Mount Maunganui was excellent. So if she can start to dominate a little bit at centre forward, and they can chip away, stay in the game, Diocesan is not often under pressure. So the score, if it's tight, can mount some pressure. Yeah,
that's it too. And if you come often from a school or a club that tends to be so dominant, they are so used to winning that they've never often had to face that adversity. If you can put them in an adverse situation, suddenly they're challenged for the first time. And there's a difference in game when there's so much at stake versus in training where there is no consequence.
Absolutely. And the mentality of young athletes has to come to the forefront.
Brilliant. So good start here from Mount Maunganui.
Change it centre forward for them.
So Lana Beck wearing the number 2 cap. Number 5 is Lucy Mano, being very good defensively. She finds her teammate in Charlotte Narby.
Oh, turnover. Just as one of the, and just as Chanel West got a good counter.
And we got McDowell again in a sort of a one-on-one situation. Devastating. The smallest of margins to work with on the left-hand side of the goal. And she just pulls the trigger with great velocity.
She is outstanding in the transition. So as one team loses possession and the other gains it, she's very dominant.
Well, Mount Maunganui now probably just need to take their opportunities a little bit earlier.
They are working hard.
Yep. Abby Ellison in the white cap for number 8 for Diocesan. Been very good defensively.
Oh, loose pass. Exclusion. Risky pass.
Chance here. Well, they're rolling the dice. That's what pressure does, though. That's what pressure does. It forces you to do things that might be normally a little bit uncharacteristic.
3-on-2. Sophie Shorter-Robinson,
chance
1-on-1.
Here. Oh, too good again. Well, very good from Sophie Shorter-Robinson, number 9.
She's very powerful at centre forward. Very difficult to stop or control. Nice backhand. Good early entry pass.
So 5-1. Somewhat of a demolition at the moment. I just wonder, do you take the time out?
Well, the McDowell's already looking at counter-attacking.
It's good from Mount Maunganui. That's better. Giving yourself between the ball and her opponent. Chance here, lob shot, good effort. Just tips it away nicely though, Sophie Gardner for Dio.
And Mount Maunganui will get a reset, 2 metre, effectively a corner.
So in layman's terms, similar to what they have in football.
Oh, nice drive. She pulled out.
Chance here. So Beck.
With McDowell. Oh, and McDowell's stolen the ball. And she's still away.
And now they just go long to McDowell.
And she's got a teammate on the other side.
Good pass here from Dio. Great skills, brilliant.
A nice quick return pass from Millie Quinn.
A display from Dio. Millie Quinn, Morgan McDowell, Sophie Shorter-Robinson. Completely dominating this final, leading 6 goals to 1 over Mount Maunganui. This is the final of the Chris Hayward Invitational Secondary School Girls Tournament being played at Sacred Heart in Auckland. So Mount Maunganui now, what can they do? What can they do offensively? Morgan McDowell, she's just everywhere, isn't she? And the finish it is Dio through Sophie Gardner, but plenty of pressure coming. So Gardner goes long. Mount Maunganui.
Morgan McDowell, 1-on-1 again.
Chance with a little backhand, is it? They worked her over though.
She still drew the exclusion. She lost possession. She lost the handle on the ball.
I think when McDowell's got the ball, they're probably happy with the exclusions. Probably realise that the other alternative's not a particularly good one on the scoreboard.
No, that is correct.
So shot clock running down. Shot comes. Too good. Too good. Once again, Millie Quinn this time. 6 goals to 1. 7 goals to 1. It just looks too, Dio just appear to be, say it, probably the fitter team too, just in terms of being able to get back on defence and then turn that into attack. And you just wonder too, you know, they talk about fitness. It's not so much how well you do something, it's often how well you recover from it. Day 3 of a tournament, they haven't played a lot of water polo.
They've got a very deep bench. They're strong everywhere. So they do get plenty of rest. Whereas some other teams at secondary school level don't have that strength. They do like a high-tempo game. And, of course, when you've got such depth at one school, you can train at a higher tempo for longer.
So Lauren Batchelor comes away with the ball.
Entry pass, Morgan McDowell.
And they work her over again.
Another exclusion.
So that is very much the strategy, I think, from Mount Maunganui. Just basically manhandle your opponent, take the exclusion, take her out of the game. Shot comes, though. And they've just got an arsenal everywhere, don't they?
They have indeed, but that exclusion certainly worked for them.
So that was Millie Quinn.
Hal Smith back to centre forward. Ball in the right place for an entry pass. Too late.
Yeah, easily read by Dio. Through Morgan McDowell again. It's a very strong swimmer, McDowell. So Sophie Gardner, the goalkeeper, gets things back underway for Dio. Happy just to run the shot clock down.
Oh, still too much space for Morgan.
Morgan McDowell, that's better though. This time, Ashley Keats equal to the occasion. So Morgan McDowell, she'll probably be disappointed with that effort. 9 out of 10 times, she'd expect to score from there. So a minute 43 remains. Chance now for Mount Maunganui.
Oh, nice work. by Lucy Mano to gain position.
This is good
Now
from
can
Mano.
she get the
This
ball?
is good.
She's lost the position.
Trying to draw some of the defenders away. The desperation little lob shot. Sophie Gardner. Across the pool. Isabella Broadmoor.
All good work there. Lauren Batchelor into centre forward.
Laura Whitley wearing the number 10 cap. McDowell again.
Oh, good. Gains front water.
There she decides, look.
Generates the exclusion. Timeout called.
Must be intimidating for some of the younger students in the Mount Maunganui girls team when you've got a Morgan McDowell who's world class at a senior level. She'll understand gamesmanship. She'll understand how to intimidate, and she won't be intimidated. And so Sam Mano. What does he do here, Kurt? How does he change it up? Can he change it up?
Don't know if he can. I think he's got to try and step up his counter-attack, and perhaps with Al Smith at centre forward, as long as she can gain a good side and there's good entry passes, they're going to have some opportunities for exclusions. But they've really got to work for some exclusions and start to dominate on the exclusion board, because they're struggling to dominate on the scoreboard. But that will give them opportunities to score.
Has that timeout slowed the momentum of Diocesan down?
An error by Dio. One of the athletes slid inside 2 metres, was effectively offside.
So Lucy Mano. Number 3 is Al Smith for Mount Maunganui.
Oh, nice steal.
Again. Then here's a chance for McDowell.
Nah, it's Millie Quinn.
Quinn, is it?
Referee said she didn't play it again.
Dio just still need to be a little bit careful. Just make sure that they do maintain their shape. Don't start playing as individuals. The lead is significant. But at this level too, it's about maintaining those standards that you set in training. And that will bring this first half of this final to a close. It is Dio leading Mount Maunganui 7-1 in a dominant display.
Certainly is. Mount Maunganui going to change their goalie for the second half by the looks.
Well, it is Diocesan of Auckland, the defending national girls water polo, secondary school girls water polo champions, in control of this Chris Hayward Invitational final. Just depth right across the squad. You just wonder though, Mount Maunganui College, a somewhat surprise package in this tournament. Might not go their way in this final, but is this the sleeping giant in terms of secondary school water polo in the future? Good club structure in the Bay of Plenty, good coaching. Dio, well, they've just got a legacy in the sport, haven't they? They just seem to have an endless succession plan year on year.
Well, when you've got such a beautiful facility at your aquatics at your school, Mount Maunganui don't have that, of course. They have to use Baywave for their training. Way less opportunities to train. And the technical skills required to succeed in our game does take many hours of work and practice.
Hope you are enjoying the coverage of this final earlier today. If you have just joined us and you're not aware, we had St Cuthbert's winning the bronze medal, beating Rangitoto 8-7 in a classic match between two very good Auckland schools. Morgan McDowell, number 6 for Dio, the best secondary schools player in the country. Up there amongst the best water polo players in the country. Remarkable athlete. The Mount Maunganui, good start to the second half, this third period. Ashley Lamoto, wearing the number 8 cap. But good defence here coming from Madeline Gold.
Elle Smith trying to gain position at centre forward. She has done so, and then she just lost it.
So Mount Maunganui here. Shot clock running down. The long shot might need to come.
They dump the ball to eliminate the counter-attack.
So good defence from Dio. Such a well-drilled team, aren't they? Great
Certainly
ball
are.
handling skills. Just have that understanding.
Offensive foul, Sophie Shorter-Robinson holding at centre forward.
So Lucy Mano.
Yeah, ball under. It's the problem when you put your hand on top of the ball. If the opponent puts their hand on top of yours and pushes the ball under, you lose possession. Sophie Shorter-Robinson going one-on-one at centre forward. Draws the exclusion.
Madeline Gold, number 4 for Dio. Abby Ellison.
Nice pass.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant once again from Dio.
And the referee's called a penalty as Sophie Shorter-Robinson was shooting the ball. Number 12 grabbed it from behind.
Chance here. So what does Ashley Keach do?
Pick a side.
Pick a side. Shut down one side and then dive to the other. But just too much velocity, too much power from Millie Quinn. So Isabella Jackson, number 2 for Diocesan. Good defence coming from Mount Maunganui. Charlotte Nabi wearing the number 4 cap. And now Molly Shivnan. This is better.
Good steal. Oh, Mount Maunganui still have possession. Elle Smith at centre forward with Lucy Mano on a post up. Oh, an interesting backhand.
So Ashley Keach, goalkeeper for Mount Maunganui. In fact, my apologies, Sophie Gardner for Diocesan. So Morgan McDowell.
Ball under. Good work.
So they worked her over on this occasion. That doesn't happen very often. Morgan McDowell.
Molly Shinnon, well aware of what was going on. Step back, put the ball under on Morgan McDowell's blind side.
Chance now for Mount
Elle
Maunganui.
Smith in good position. Good
They need
entry
to
pass.
move it. Great pass, great backhand over the top though. Wonderful play though from Dio.
And here goes Sophie Shorter-Robinson on a one-on-one.
And McDowell, too good.
You get punished if you make a mistake at one end. Sophie Shorter-Robinson putting the ball away there for Diocesan.
Yeah, Mount Maunganui though, showing a little bit more enterprise.
Yes.
Maybe just, I don't know, almost playing with just a little bit more freedom. I wonder whether at this point you do just rely on maybe a couple of individuals.
Well, they haven't put up many outside shots either. So,
Lucy Mano brings it down, finds Lana Beck. Beck though being worked over.
Good drive by Lucy Mano.
By Isabel Broadmoor, the number 12 for Dio.
Oh, quick opportunity.
Opportunity comes, just need to take it. Good shot, great effort.
Inside 6 metres was the minor foul.
So Mount Maunganui trail now 9 goals to 2.
No, it wasn't allowed.
Okay. So the score remains then 9 goals to 1.
Morgan McDowell on a post up. Sophie Shorter Robinson, the primary set. Morgan McDowell is front water. Nice pass.
Oh, that is brilliant. Just the final shot, maybe not quite the execution they hoped for, but you can just sort of see just how well they are drilled.
Yeah, that was very nice to watch.
So Mount Maunganui now. Can they get themselves on the score sheet for just the second time in this final? They have had opportunities. But the defence from Dio.
That's a fortunate entry pass. Again, foul occurred inside 6 metres. Not allowed to shoot that directly on the goal. Morgan McDowell at centre forward. So they've left the blind side to cover Morgan McDowell, hit the blind side.
And Laura Whitley, I think, wearing the number 10 cap for Dio, gets herself on the score sheet. And really, Ashley Keach didn't have a lot of hope, did she?
Long cross pass, always beats the goalkeeper.
So Lucy Mano.
It was a good example of trying to prevent Morgan McDowell from scoring, but opening up somebody else.
Yeah, Olivia Clark for Dio causing plenty of problem too defensively in the middle of the pool. This is better for Mount Maunganui, looking to try and just switch things up. The shot comes.
Good shot, unlucky.
Again, just does not manage to find the back of the net.
Offensive foul, they're going to get another turn on
So much
attack.
to like about it. Dealing with small percentages at the elite level. And when things go your way, they go your way, and they need a real momentum swing, don't they, Mount Maunganui?
Oh, Morgan McDowell's getting ready to go already.
About to pull the trigger, McDowell.
Exclusion. Another opportunity here for...
So just under
Mount
a minute and a
Maunganui.
half remaining in this third period. Chance here for Mount Maunganui. Over the top, shot coming from Charlotte Nabi. That is the pressure that Dio are putting on this Mount Maunganui team. They're needing to shoot from distance. And now Diocesan looking to try and just taking further control of this game. Opportunity was right. It's maybe just been a little impatient now, Dio. We talk about just not playing as individuals once you do have a comfortable lead. Maintaining that structure, just at times a little bit loose. So Lana Beck, number 2 cap for Mount Maunganui.
It's not a lot happening for them though.
Molly Isabella Broadmoor defensively. And shot clock runs, so turnover comes in the way of Diocesan. And it will be Broadmoor who surveys the pool in front of her. Decides to go down the left-hand side. Sophie Shorter Robinson.
Morgan McDowell to centre forward. Nice drive, Sophie Shorter Robinson curling up.
Chance coming, chance coming. Matter of when they do pull the trigger, you sense it is moments away. And here is McDowell.
Yep. Generating another exclusion. Late spin.
Yep, so that will be Lucy Mano who will pick up the exclusion. And now opportunity will need to come. Great shot, brilliant. Mount Maunganui, number 12, and that is Molly Shivnan. In fact, Diocesan, my apologies. Isabella Broadmoor.
Is it? Yes.
Getting confused between ends at the moment.
It was a great shot. And Sam Mano's called timeout for Mount Maunganui. Lucy Mano still playing very strongly, working hard, but just things not falling their way.
Yeah, hard too, isn't it, at this level in terms of, you know, with younger players sort of trying to establish themselves, not really having any sort of historical information on them. One thing that you can always say with Dio is you might not know the players necessarily, all of them individually, but you know collectively that with Angie Winstanley in charge, with the legacy that they have, they will be well drilled. And as you talked about, they do have a water polo pool based at the school. They've got access to it. What a big difference facilities make.
Oh, absolutely. You're looking at Sacred Heart has, in the last few years, been the most dominant boys' school. Diocesan and St. Cuth's generally have been the most dominant girls' schools. And all three of them have wonderful facilities.
Yeah, it's an interesting debate, isn't it? We can see a lot of money being often put into sports organisations and Olympic programs and stuff, but I still believe let's build the facilities, let's invest in coaching, and the rest of it will take care of itself. And you sort of sense that if we just had more water polo pools in Auckland, more swimming pools in Auckland, that I think we'd see greater success both in swimming and water polo internationally.
Absolutely. Better access to the
now we
facility.
start to see Mount Maunganui come up the pool through Ashley Lamoto. This is better. Good defence though, coming once again from Madeline Gold.
Oh, good work.
Good defence again from Mount Maunganui. That is brilliant. That is better. That'll please the coach. Now Ashley Keach.
Sophie Gardner with the ball. Millie Quinn. Oh, good steal. Nice steal by Hattie Fraser as Mount Maunganui come down the pool.
Dio with the steal. Chance here for Millie Quinn. Looks to try and go long to Morgan McDowell.
Sophie Shorter-Robinson generates the penalty. Inside 6 metres, pulled from behind by number 8. Ashley Lamoto. That's probably her third. That's why she's swimming to the corner. So she'll be out for the rest of the game. Millie Quinn will get a penalty.
Chance here.
Oh,
good chance there from Ashley Keach. She got a hand to it.
she did a good job.
Did a good job, but 12-1 it is Diocesan and the white caps leading Mount Maunganui in the blue caps. And it is Mount Maunganui. They'll be desperate to try and salvage something out of this final.
They'll certainly be keen to score again.
Maddie Colpin.
Lana Beck.
Now opportunity for Mount Maunganui. Intercept comes immediately though from Diocesan. So Madeline Gold with the intercept. Back to Laura Batchelor. Georgia Daly in the 11 cap for Diocesan.
Oh, that's not a good pass.
Got away with it.
Did indeed. Didn't get away with that one.
No, Dio don't need to be panicking here at the moment. You just need to just slow things down and just make sure they maintain their shape. At the offensive end of the pool as Mount Maunganui look to try and come back down the pool.
Nice work.
And that is good play there from Molly Shivnan for Mount Maunganui.
Man up opportunity. Hopefully Mount Maunganui get a high percentage shot off this.
Oh, that's good play. In fact, intercepted brilliantly by number 5, Millie Quinn for Diocesan. And that's what pressure does, as we now see Isabella Jackson taking the ball forward.
Millie Quinn with the lead break. Oh, leaving Abby Ellison free on the back post.
Mount Maunganui get themselves out of jail on that occasion. Chance here now through Hattie Fraser. Good save coming though from Sophie Gardner. Gardner now looks to go long.
Yep. 3-on-2 opportunity.
So Abby Ellison immediately across to Georgia Daly. And it is Daly who will score. And 13-1. Just 3 minutes remaining.
And that's a well-executed 3-on-2 counter-attack.
So Elle Smith for Mount Maunganui. I'll get things back underway. I've got to say, Lucy Mano has been very good in the number 5 cap for Mount Maunganui today. Not an easy job marking Morgan McDowell.
No, she's worked hard.
Now chance here. So Chanel West from Mount Maunganui.
Post up on the bat, on the far side.
And the 9 cap.
Can't get the ball there. Ball stolen.
Oh, looks to go long. Looks for the quick counter attack. Great effort.
Referee calls Morgan McDowell for holding.
Great enterprise showing though. And it's good to see that type of intent. That quick thinking. And when you've got a player like McDowell, why not?
Oh, one-on-one. You certainly want to give them the opportunity when you can, and if that's early in the shot clock, so be it.
And somewhat a desperate shot coming in from Maddie Colpin for Mount Maunganui.
Isabel Jackson to centre forward.
Coming back across the pool now, Diocesan. Oh, good shot, great save. That's good.
A nice block by Ashley Keach, and now we have Mount Maunganui with a 3-on-2 opportunity.
Chance here, they really do need to capitalise now. They need to
Good
take
pass.
their chance. This is better. The shot comes, great save, brilliant from Sophie Gardner.
Not letting them in at all.
Just a minute 19 remaining in this secondary school girls final, the Chris Hayward Invitational Tournament. There's a chance now here for Dio.
Exclusion.
So Diocesan, the extra player. Switch play, bring it back into the middle of the pool. Good quick hands here. Not panicking. The little lob shot just comes off the top of the crossbar again. And Mount Maunganui come away with the ball through Chanel West. Lucy Mano.
Could be an opportunity here.
30 seconds remain, so now for Diocesan, just a simple chance of just running the shot clock down.
I think they'll probably go for another.
I'm not going to panic here too much, though.
No.
Chance will come. Will they pull the trigger now? Well, the intent was there, the execution wasn't.
Last couple of seconds.
Last couple of seconds, and it will be the defending national champions, Diocesan of Auckland, who will win the gold medal in the Chris Hayward Invitational here at Sacred Heart College in Auckland. But congratulations must also go to Mount Maunganui on taking out the silver, beating some very, very good schools to get through to this final. But really, Diocesan, the complete performance as expected. Kurt Goldsworthy,
Certainly.
how do you beat this school?
You want Morgan McDowell to leave.
Build yourself a swimming pool, I'd imagine too.
That would be a big part of it. So Morgan McDowell's a year 13. She's off at the end of this year. And However, the program just keeps on repeating. The cycles keep coming. Sophie Shorter-Robinson, another outstanding athlete this year. She's back another year. Millie Quinn's only year 11. She's got another couple of years. Sophie Gardner in the goal, year 11. You know, as you said, success breeds success.
But also, too, for Mount Maunganui, they'll know now what the standard is, what's required. They would have seen a player like a Morgan McDowell, and you find yourself lifting, don't you?
Absolutely.
You always find yourself lifting. You go, well, look, that's the level we need to go to. Now we know. We know how quick the ball's going to be played. We know how fast the game's going to be played. We need to start replicating that more in training. We need to start getting better opposition on a more consistent basis.
And you have to be patient.
And it can change very quickly, can't it? Because you can have your final year students who are not coming back next year, and you might have been the team that's got those students that have still got 2 or 3 years left at school.
Yep, absolutely.
And so therefore, you know, a year makes a big difference at secondary school level. So great camaraderie between the two teams. Now, I do apologise at times if we've got our teams the wrong way. Look at the uniforms. I've made that terrible commentator's mistake of looking at sometimes the colour of the costumes rather than the colour of the caps.
No, Mount Maunganui can be very proud of their efforts. They had a good battle this morning against Rangitoto to make the final, which is outstanding. And earlier in the tournament, they had a 1-goal win over Barradine to help get them through as second in that pool. So they've done very well.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too with tournament players, and it's all very well taking on schools and one-on-one a week apart, but when you come to a tournament, you actually need to have that. You need to be fit enough to be able to play 6-7 games in the space of 3 days, be able to recover from it and maintain it.
Yep, and if you've got depth, if you've got depth, then that is achievable. If you haven't got the depth, your athletes will get tired, your top athletes, and you can't rotate them out. But well done today to Dio. Very strong. Looks like their legacy is going to continue as we go through, as they keep on rolling through. Outstanding effort. Mount Maunganui can be very, very proud and have worked very hard. And we're going to take it over to Mark Watson very shortly for an interview with some of the Diocesan people. Next week we have the men's version of the Chris Hayward Invitational, which will bring the top schools from last year, those that are available to come from last year's national secondary schools, to play. All right, so I think we'll head over to Mark Watson.
The captain of the Dio team, Olivia Clark. Well, Olivia, congratulations, a gold medal in a secondary schools tournament that arguably has the best schools in the country here. You must be thrilled.
No, thank you. No, it's a real honour to be able to play here and then be able to get gold is so awesome, especially considering, you know, the calibre of the teams we've got to come up against. Yeah, it's real cool.
You set pretty high standards as a school, defending national champions. We had COVID-19. We didn't have a lot of pool access. In terms of playing the Dio way, do you feel by the time you got to this final that you're starting to play the way you expect to play as a school?
Yeah, I mean, training was pretty hectic. Sort of our school pool was closed, so we were all up and down Auckland trying to find pool space and room to swim and play games. But I think we started the tournament on a strong note, which is always good, and we're able to carry that through. But definitely that game there we felt played the best out of the whole tournament, which is a good note to end on, yeah.
When you're sitting down with your coaching staff, Angie Wynne-Stanley, and you're looking at the way you want to play, do you factor in your opposition, or do you just play the Dio way?
I guess the opposition always comes into it a bit, especially the teams we come up against before. We know sort of some of their tactics, so it's about, I guess, implementing strategies to work around that. But no, we just like to play clean, play fast, play our way, and then get the win through that, yeah.
How do you stop Morgan McDowell?
I honestly would not be able to tell you, no, the times when I've come up against her when she wasn't at Dio or in club competitions, it's always a bit of a mission to come up with any kind of strategy that stops her from whipping out any crazy shots in the game. Yeah, it's always a hard job.
And in terms of the way you train, it's easy to play schools in one-off tournaments, a lot of games over 3 days. How much emphasis is placed on fitness?
Oh, quite a bit. I mean, I know we were all keeping fit through lockdown, not even knowing if we were coming back to a tournament. So yeah, lots of swimming, lots of up and down, fast-paced stuff to make sure we've really got that base fitness level.
Well, congratulations. Go and celebrate.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So there you go. It is Diocesan who take out the very prestigious tournament here at the Station House. Comfortable winners